Mapperley Tunnel was opened in 1875, opening as part of the Derbyshire and the Staffordshire extension of the Great Northern Railway. It ran between Colwick Junction to Eggington. The tunnel was 1,132 yards in length. The eastern portal still remains open. The western portal was backfilled and buried over and filled in for approximately about 510 yards. On the 23rd of January 1925, a collapse triggered by mining subsidence brought down a 12-yard section of roof. It blocked the line with about 150 tonnes of debris. Continuous effects of this led to speed restrictions up until the 1950s, until the tunnel fully closed on April 4th, 1960. Approaching the tunnel portal through the 70-foot deep cutting, not finding many railway relics on approach. We did actually think this was, but realised it was just a car. Now, I did decide not to feature in this video too much, but I wanted to get my view on how dangerous this tunnel actually is. Now, if you have been watching my channel for a while, you will know that my channel is based more on historical purpose rather than actually urban exploring. So I wanted to actually explore this tunnel and actually give my views on what the condition actually was inside. The first part of the tunnel, as we got in, we realised that there was a wooden support beam still mounted at the top, and also realised that there were a couple on the floor. And you can see that there has been slight collapses in terms of the wooden beams and a lot of damage to the walls. Now, this could have been potentially due to vandalism or just natural causes like natural collapses. Who was to know? Just seeing these photos here, the support holes where the wooden beams will have been supported up. As we started to venture more into the tunnel, we realised the condition of the tunnel. There was quite a lot of loose bricks on the side. As we ventured further into the tunnel, we realised it started to be a bit misty. For certain sections of the tunnel, I thought it was actually quite decent in terms of the condition. There were parts that were very derelict, but there were also parts that were still in good nick. There was plenty of refuges on the way, and we noticed things like soot on the walls. And just here you can see all the calcite. And just further on, if you just have a look, you can see the support beams that kept the tunnel supported. As we ventured further down, we realised that there was this yellow kind of sticker. Now, it led me to believe that this was potentially put in as a mark that potentially this could be the end of the tunnel being filled in. So was this a marker to say where they're actually going to backfill this side of the tunnel? Now, there are rumours circulating that the tunnel was to be backfilled, but whether those rumours are still true, I'm not 100%. So if you do have any comments about that, please leave them in the bottom. As we ventured further on, we came across the first air shaft, which brought in a shed of light, and is still open at the top, as you can see. That was air shaft number 1 going westbound. As you can see the light there. Another great find as we started to approach the end was we found a little bit of track still left with some of the buffers. You can just see some of the old railway sleepers on the supports. And we also found this little drainage system still intact after 60 odd years. Brilliant. Around 400 yards in, we started to stumble across something in the distance. Now, I already knew that this was in here, but for those who don't, as you can see in the distance, something very, well, I'd say interesting as we approached it. Now, this was the second air shaft going westbound. As we got closer, as you can see just there, is what is known as, well, what previous explorers have called it the crap stack. But what we've got here is 50, 60 years worth of rubbish tipped down air shaft number 2. There was everything in this stack, ranging from bin liners to kids' toys to old Pepsi cans. I even stumbled across a packet of salt and Lineker crisps. Now, we all know what year they came out, around about the 90s, and an old kind of Diet Pepsi. But this was an absolutely amazing piece of, well, I won't say amazing, but it was a very interesting thing to find. Now, beyond this stack was the buried infill section, which I decided to brave and walk past and go to see if I could investigate the infill, which I did. So this here is the infill, which was about 550 yards filled in from the western portal. I had a little climb up just to investigate to see how far we could potentially go further. Now, as I did climb up the infill, I realised it was quite slippy and wet, so I climbed to the top. I had a little look and realised that there was potentially further to go, but I did realise it started to get a little bit too wet, so I decided not to venture any further, grab a couple of photographs and then head back out. So as I head out, I'm just going to leave the video and let you just have a little view of the condition of the tunnel and some of the relics that we pass as we had headed out back to the eastern portal. So I do like to give a historical view on my videos. If a tunnel is accessible, I will access. The question now is, will this tunnel survive? Or is this going to be the last venture, a piece of history that's going to be long forgotten once it's filled in, if it's going to get filled in? If you do know anything more about the tunnel and the future of the tunnel, please leave a comment. And for more videos, please like, subscribe, and I will see you next time on my next venture. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care.